big win in the end, man. We had to win that game, especially after the disappointment from Southampton. And you don't want to start dropping points too early. It wasn't the best performance, it wasn't, but Mason Greenwood again gets the goal.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking about Ronaldo's influence in last week. Having dropped points here, that would have taken some of the kind of limelight out of it. But today, United fans, absolutely brilliant. All I could hear, Viva Ronaldo.
It didn't stop, did it?
Didn't
from
stop.
not even minute one, from walking down.
Yeah. I was in Birmingham earlier. The pub was rammed with Viva Ronaldo all through the pub. And Mason Greenwood, you sort of think when Ronaldo walks into that dressing room, people say Bruno Fernandes is going to be the Cantona, and to be fair to Bruno Fernandes, he did kind of up the atmosphere at Old Trafford. But when you got Ronaldo walking through the door, he'll be the Cantona without the colours. Yeah, so he'll be the Ronaldo. He'll have the influence of bringing trophies back to Old Trafford, I hope. But you just got to look. Jadon Sancho, Mason Greenwood, Martial, young players.
We're going to learn. And we've still got Cavani there as well. We said we're going to keep him. Jadon Sancho, first start. Yeah. Talk to me about him today.
I don't think it was his best game. I know Solskjaer's kind of been a bit reserved, kind of bringing him into the starting lineup, and it's evident today that he wasn't probably match fit. But give him time. Still first game, a lot of pressure on him. He'll be fine.
I'll build up that sharpness, hasn't he?
He'll be fine.
Varane, another first start player today. How good was he?
Rafa Varane today, he's been one of my dream signings. Literally every season on FIFA, he's my first signing. Every season on FIFA, he's my first signing.
Lindelof out, Varane in, that's what you do.
Lindelof out, Jones out. I don't know why Jones is still here in the first place, but yeah, Rafa Varane today. I was saying to my friend who's not going to come on camera today, but every time the ball was with Fred, with Pogba, he wants the ball. There were a lot of questions about Varane kind of not adapting to the Premier League. No problem.
He brought that calm and influence, didn't he?
Even against Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire's the captain, but Rafael Varane today, unbelievable. Every time he had the ball, composure, look for the pass, long balls across the field, unbelievable.
Yeah, and you need that leadership alongside Harry Maguire. And someone else was saying to me earlier, the fact that we have another dominant header of the ball. Lindelof, you don't kind of associate him with being dominant in the air. Silky on the floor and stuff like that. Yeah. But you know the strength side of it, you don't really associate. But Varane brings that alongside Maguire.
So. And I think Varane will be the best signing of the season for United. I know Ronaldo's going to get all the headlines and probably most of the goals that we scored this season. But Rafael Varane's influence, we have no problem scoring goals. It's that defence, and I think Rafael Varane, come end of the season, will be our best signing.
On the performance, we've seen that that was like a typical United performance in terms of where we don't want to be in terms of performance level. Clearly, the result was positive, and that's the main thing. You know, struggling on the ball at times, it looked like the only thing we had was Paul Pogba dink over the top, trying to run in behind. Does that concern you, or are you more of like, actually, we've got a load of signings, we need to get them through the door and it's still early, or how do you see that?
I've still got concern because it's happened now for the last couple of years. So I've not seen any improvement at the moment in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tactics. It seems to be the same sort of play week in, week out. But if you're winning, I don't care. If that was a European game, it'd be a perfect performance. Smash and grab. I still reckon with the players we've got, we will improve. But I'm just waiting for, I don't know. You know what it is, with Solskjaer, I kind of get the feeling that he's got too many friends that are his coaches. I think he needs some sort of positive European influence in his coaching backroom stuff that will give him a different kind of view or kind of bird's eye view of what's happening. It seems to be every game we talk about Solskjaer's negative influence, but to be honest, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Any win, I'll take it.
Of course, that's the main thing, especially this early in the season.
Any win, I'll take it.
You dropped your mask, bro. No worries.
But eventually, there's going to be a case when you lose a match away from home. I know we've set the record today. That's a positive. But as soon as we start losing, I know people will start turning on Solskjaer that these tactics aren't right. But yeah, I think tactically wise, it can be better. But from where we were 2-3 years ago, you couldn't imagine that we'll be in this situation signing Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo.
Huge window.
You wouldn't ask me. This is a FIFA team. I've got 5 years into career mode. Honestly, this is the progress we've made. We've got the signings, we've got the atmospheres, the fans are buzzing. Yeah. The only thing I'd say, and Solskjaer is an inexperienced manager regardless of managing Man United. It will take him time to get better. I just think a different coaching setup might help him with the tactics, because it seems to be that too much of his friends are his coaches. But as I say, from where we were 3 years ago, I could never imagine Varane, Ronaldo and Sancho signing for Manchester United.
In one window,
in one window.
And now it's just about getting those players, like I said, bedded in and getting the consistency there.
I still feel the weakness, looking at the match today, is that number 6 position. I think it would be a shame if this team doesn't win the trophy. And I think the only reason we can't win the trophy is that number 6 position. Yeah.
Today you saw that the Fred and Pogba kind of pivot in there. It was only against Moutinho and Neves as a 2 in there as well. So I was literally thinking surely they should be okay, but for large parts, not there.
That's the thing. Like, ask any United fan, what's the weakness? Number 6. Every United fan can see the weakness is number 6. And I'm not disrespecting Fred or McTominay. I think they're good players for United as squad players. McTominay I've got a bit more time for because I think he's a better player, but he's not a defensive midfielder. And if every single United fan can see it, I don't see why the club can't see it.
Maybe our business is not done yet. Imagine we get a defensive midfielder on top of this. Can you see that?
It's a dream. It's a dream. To be honest, I would say, if you asked me a week ago, I'd say no. But if that Ronaldo transfer got done within 12 hours, anything's possible.
To finish off, who was your man of the match?
Varane. Yeah, I love Varane. I've always loved Varane. I've watched a lot of La Liga in the past, and like I said, he's the first signing I ever bought for FIFA. Today, he's made it a reality for me. Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo!